Hey there, tech fans. Today I've got the brand new AVAPOW A68 jump starter. This single product is like having three products in one. It's a powerful jump starter that you can easily connect to your car's battery on those cold winter mornings to jumpstart your car, but it's also a battery bank that provides three USB connections and a barrel connection that you can use for connecting your phone, your tablet, and other portable devices to charge and operate them whenever you're away from home. And it's also a three-function flashlight that has a really bright beam, an SOS mode, and a lightning mode that are really handy when you're out on the road. Now, as part of this review, I'd like to start with a basic overview of the product where I'll provide the specifications, and then I'll do a quick unboxing to show you everything that's included with the kit. I'll take a closer look at the unit, and I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand how to use it, and then I'll come back one more time and point out a few things that I really like about this unit that you can use to compare it to others you may be considering. All right, so let's get started with the overview first, because what you have here is hands down one of the most powerful jump starters I've ever tested. The unit has 6,000 amps of starting power, which is way bigger than most of the units on the market. And that will start any gasoline car and a diesel vehicle up to 12 liters, which is pretty impressive. So if you've got any kind of engine you need to start, gasoline powered or diesel powered for the most part, this unit can connect to the battery and start it. It also has a very intelligent connection here that has a boost function. So if your battery is really low, where you get in the car, turn the key and no lights come on, you can put it into boost mode and start that car using this plus your battery. So it's really a powerful unit. The other thing I like about it is they've included USB connections on the side right here. So you've got two full-sized USB-A ports and a USB-C port. Both of those are quick charge ports. This one is 5 volts at 2.4 amps. They've also included a barrel connection right there and an adapter that you can use to turn that barrel connection into a standard 12 volt outlet. So if you've got things you'll plug into your dashboard, you can connect this to the barrel connection and plug them in there and charge them from that. I also like the fact that they've got a flashlight function, because if you're out on the road and you're changing a tire, you're going to need some light to see where those lug nuts are. You'll probably want to warn other cars that you're off to the side of the road. So this unit provides both a really bright flashlight, an SOS mode, and a lightning mode. Now, if you're off to the side of the road, you might want to put it in lightning mode, set it down next to your car so other cars know that you're over there. I also like the fact that it's got a handle on the top, which makes it really easy to carry it along. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what comes in the kit. So the unit itself is about 3 pounds, so it's a little bit heavy, but it's got a lot of power inside of it, so it's going to be heavy. You've got a really nice case, and I like the fact that they've included the case, because you've got a lot of things to keep track of here. So that case not only protects everything you'll need to jumpstart your car, but it gives you a place to organize it. So everything fits back in the case, you put it in your trunk, and you've always got it with you. Not going to have to worry about jumpstarting your car if you're out on the road. You'll also find the attachment for the jumper cables. These are heavy-duty jumper cables. Again, negative goes to black, red goes to positive. And then you plug this into the side of the unit, and there are functions here that explain how low the battery is, if you're in boost mode, and all kinds of other things. Inside here, inside the electronics, there's all kinds of protections built in that if you didn't pay attention, and it's really dark on that cold winter morning, and you misconnect these where you've got black to positive and red to negative, it won't actually damage anything, so it's going to turn off. If you clip these together because you like to see sparks, it's going to turn off to keep you from damaging this and damaging your car. Also included is a charger cable. It's a USB-A to USB-C, so you can plug this into a high-powered wall charger and charge this by plugging this into the unit. And then finally, they include this adapter, which I really like. It's the barrel connection to a standard 12 volt outlet, and that plugs into the front of the unit. That isn't something you'll find in a lot of other units. Many of these units on the market may provide a couple of USB connections, but if you're trying to use something that you would normally plug into your car with the unit when you're away from the car, you don't have that option. With this one you do, and that's great if you're going on a camping trip, because you can bring your chargers that you use in the car along on the camping trip, plug them in here, plug it into the unit, and you can use them. Finally included is a full instruction manual, a quick start guide, and some warranty information. I like the fact that they print manuals out. A lot of companies nowadays put a QR code on the box, and you've got to scan it and get your phone out. I don't like that. I like to have a printed manual that I can read through. I always recommend you read through the manual, because even though this is incredibly easy to use, the manual is going to point out a couple of things that you may miss. It may not be intuitive, so read through that manual to get the best use out of the product. All right, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the unit, and then I'll come back and point out a few other things, because what they've done here is create sort of the great portable power station that you can take with you to jump your car, power your portable devices, provide flashlight functionality. I mean, it really is a handy thing to bring along anytime you're taking a road trip. So stay tuned, we'll take a closer look at it, and then I'll come back with a few final thoughts. The AVAPOW A68 features a high-impact plastic case which makes it lightweight and really durable. It weighs a little over 3 pounds, which seems heavy, but it's got a really nice handle on the top which makes it easy to carry around. And you have to remember, a lot of that weight is because of the large battery inside. On the one end, you'll find a series of USB connections, a USB-C, and 2 full-sized USB-A ports. These 2 ports are quick charge ports, which means when you plug a device in that's quick charge compatible, the ports will recognize that and they adjust the voltage and current to quickly and safely charge that device. The center one is a standard 5 volts at 2.4 amps, and you can use these with external devices. To the right of that is a DC output port. It's a barrel connection, and that can be used with the included adapter to convert this into a full-size 12-volt outlet just like in your car. So anything you plug into your cigarette lighter in the car, you can plug into that adapter. On the left is a power button you can use to turn the unit on. And finally, to the right is a set of ports that's used with the jumper cable. So when you need to jump your car, you'll plug them in here. You can see that they're keyed. You can't put it in backwards. So plug it in, connect it to your battery, and you can jump start your car. The power button on the left-hand side turns the unit on. If you tap it once, it'll tell you the current battery level. Each of these indicate 25% of the charge. So right now all 4 are on, which means I'm 100% charged. If 3 were on, it would be 75%, 50%, and 25%. And you can charge it through the USB-C port. Finally, there's a light on this end. Turn the unit on, hold this down for a second, the light will come on, and you can see it's on right now. If you tap it again, it goes into SOS mode. And if you tap it a second time, it'll go into lightning mode. Tap it one more time to turn it off. And if you leave this sit for a minute, the power actually turns off. And that's pretty much it for the unit. Again, it's a very rugged unit, very portable. It's small, but it's got a lot of power inside. Very impressive product. I hope that closer look was helpful. Now here are a few really important things to keep in mind when you're comparing the AVAPOW A68 with other jump starters you may be considering. The first thing to keep in mind is the amount of power that any jump starter provides. A lot of the units on the market are 2,000 amps or maybe 4,000 amps. This unit has 6,000 amps. And the reason that's important is because if you have a car that has a bigger engine or you're driving a diesel vehicle, you'll need a little extra power to start that car. Also, knowing I've got 6,000 amps means if my battery is really low and it's a really cold morning, I can use this to start my car. I also like the fact that they've got a boost mode built in, which means if I get in my car and I've got lights on the dashboard and it won't start, maybe I don't need the boost mode because I only need a little extra jump to get the car started. But there are times where the car may sit for a couple of days, the battery's really low, I go out, open the door, the dome light doesn't come on, no dash lights come on, and I can use the boost mode to basically start that car from an almost dead battery. So that's a really powerful thing. I also like the fact that they've included 3 USB connections on the side. A lot of units provide a USB-A connection and maybe a USB-C connection. This has 2 USB-A connections and a USB-C, which is the latest connection standard, and 2 of these are quick charge ports, which means if you have a phone that uses QC or PD, you can plug it into this unit and it's going to fast charge that device. This is another nice touch. The fact that they've included a 12-volt adapter with a barrel connection on the end means I can plug anything into this that I would plug into my dashboard and use it when I'm out camping. The final thing is the case, and I know I'm making a big deal out of the case, but so many of these units are offered up with like a bag or some other small thing to carry things around in, and it's very cumbersome. This is big enough and it's form-fitted to hold this unit in there securely where it's not going to bounce around, and it's got plenty of room for the jumpers and all the other accessories inside the case. So when you're done doing whatever you're doing, jumping your car or using it as a power bank, put it back in the case, and that way you know everything you need when you're out there on the road is inside that case. You won't have to be fiddling around trying to find something in your trunk that maybe slid over under the spare tire. It's inside the case, which is a really important thing. If you're out in the field and trying to jump start your car, you don't want to be searching around for the jumper cables or whatever else you need. So I like the fact that they've included the case, which is it's a semi-rigid case. It's crush proof, but it's got a little bit of flexibility to it, and it's really easy to keep it clean. So I think they've done a great job and have included everything you need into an incredibly powerful jump starter that again will start all gas vehicles and diesel vehicles up to 12 liters with pretty much almost dead batteries, which is pretty impressive. And that's it for today. So thanks an awful lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.